What's good? I'm back again with another reaction to this video. We're gonna be getting into My Bad I'm Ready, like always, but we're gonna be reacting to the story of 50 Cent's connection to the Crips. You heard me? That's crazy. I never knew Dog was tapped in like that, but then again, it is 50. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying no glazing, no none, bro. But hey, shout out Dog. Yo, hey. Anyways. Shout out to Hood War Stories. You know what I'm saying? Original video link in the description like always. Watch to the end. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate it. And if y'all still don't, I still appreciate y'all for clicking on the video and messing with your boy. Get your ready. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully your homegirls are already on the couch or cooking or fixing you up a plate of snacks or the ones with the little crackers and cheese. You know what I'm saying? And some meat. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's go ahead and get back into this video. Let's check it out. See what's up, bro.
Welcome to Hood War Stories. In this episode, I'll be discussing why 50 Cent never had to check in. 50 Cent arguably had the best debut album of any rapper in hip-hop history. Get Rich or Die Trying was a raw...
The whole check-in process, I don't know, bro. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? You're a grown man, bro. At the end of the day, you don't got to check in if you don't want to. Personally, that's what I think, right? All right. Hey, man, let's go ahead and check back to this video.
Uncut, street-certified classic. Before he got the name 50 Cent, 50 was known as Boo Boo in the Southside Jamaica, Queens.
Boo Boo.
Aside from the Queensbridge projects, Southside Jamaica, Queens is historically among the most dangerous areas in Queens. Culturally and aesthetically, New York City contrasts from LA on many levels. But out of all the neighborhoods in New York City, Southside Jamaica, Queens would come the closest to resembling the layout of LA neighborhoods. Unlike the other boroughs that are mostly comprised of apartments and high-rise housing projects, Jamaica, Queens consists of modest homes with the downtown.
See, when I think of New York, you know, my bad for being... right, not tapped in with the culture, but when I think of New York, that's exactly what I think. I think of like the skinny buildings that are super tall, super expensive. You got people kicking it in the entrance on the steps, but you know what I'm saying, going down to the bodega and all that. I kind of want to visit New York. Shout out New York, bro. I mess with y'all. You know what I'm saying?
On several main streets for shopping. From the beginning, 50 has incorporated LA culture in his music. In his song Problem Child, he talks about him and his cousin in LA getting shot at by Mexicans. His opening track on Get Rich or Die Trying, What Up Gangster, is the true gangster's anthem that's specific to LA gangs. And although gangbanging in NYC at the time was in full effect, you could tell 50 had LA in mind when he wrote the track. Even on G Unit's Beg for Mercy, there were several LA references. During 50 Cent's breakout era, there are...
Hey, G-Unit was lit, bro. I used to have the little dog tag chain you'd buy at the flea market. The little has 50 Cent, everyone in G-Unit's face. That shit was lit, bro. Shout out 50 on name.
Questions on whether he ever had to check in when arriving in LA. Checking in is a term used when someone travels outside of their home city to another city. During that travel, the individual must check in or meet with the local street representative on arrival to pay a tax or a fee for permission to move about freely and to have an event or conduct business in that city without the risk of harassment or potential danger from criminal elements. Big U and the Rolling 60s are widely known for allegedly requiring a check-in for out-of-town entertainers or gang members. Any type of production being held in the 60s needed to go through Big U first.
I'm trying to foreshadow I try to say anything, bro. That's probably why Dog got indicted and Dog's fighting a case. You know what I'm saying? Everything catches up, bro. That sucks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that's probably why Dog's facing all those cases. You know what I'm saying? Which sucks because that's taking time away from him, from his family. That's taking time away from the family, from him. But then again, you know, there's a lot of, if you really think deeply about it, there's probably a lot of families that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of families that he had a part. I ain't gonna say too much. Allegedly GTA, I don't know, bro. But I'm just saying that, yeah.
Don't matter. You're nice so hard. Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting his movies done. You better know it. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Check your ass out.
we're gonna check you in, all right. We're gonna check in all of your equipment. We're We were checking all of your equipment.
When 50 Cent first splashed on the mainstream,
Damn.
he was barely getting out of prison and hadn't fully enforced the system by then.
But see, that's, hey, bro, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's their hood, so I get it. But like I said, if you ain't trying to check in and you want to go ahead and conduct business in that city, bro, do it. You're your own man. But you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go down to any of their hoods if they're requiring you to check in. You know what I'm saying? Because just like Doc said, bro, you're out of bounds. You're out of zone. You ain't got, unless you can even have homies with you, bro. But you can only do so much. You're going to get outnumbered, bro. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I just say move smart, move freely, bro. Dog has, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, you do not have to check in because you are your own person. But, you know what I'm saying? Move smart is what I'm trying to say.
At that point, everyone knows 50 Cent was rolling with Dre. But there was talk that 50 Cent was also tapped in with the Grape Street Crips, based out of Watson and Jordan Down housing projects.
Yeah.
He mentions this in his track Better Ask Somebody.
From the south side blocks to Watts, west side don't front. You know about them Grape Street gangsters, G'd up, rolling with that. Shout out 50, bruh. Many men.
Jadakiss also talked about this in his verse dissing 50.
You can't really figure this clown out. Where is he from? Jamaica, Queens, Cali, or down south? I could let an Alec hit him, but Grape Street already told me you paying to run. Damn. Okay. Some beef, you know what I'm saying? Some old school beef.
In the early 2000s,
Coming to
the
light.
Grape Street Crips were running like a well-oiled.
See, when all this music was dropping, bro, I just thought 50 Cent was a mainstream artist until I grew a little bit older and started tapping in, and I was like, okay, bro, you know what I'm saying?
machine. They had cliques to perform specific jobs and those jobs only, and had a hierarchy at that time.
Yeah.
They had a clique that only dealt with scamming, a clique of special forces type shooters.
Damn.
They were comprised of reputable OGs,
Yeah.
and unlike other gangs, kept their internal fighting among cliques to a minimum. So it's no surprise that at that time many out-of-town entertainers were checking in with Grape Street. Aside from Crips,
Shout out NLE Chopper and 03 Greedo, bro. I think that was Young NLE.
at that time many
oh, it's Boosie.
out-of-town entertainers were checking in with
Young NLE. And that's his homeboy that he rolls with all the time. But yeah,
Grape
shout out
Street.
to him, bro.
Aside from Crips, 50 also had connections on the Pyru side. During the time he was rocking with Game,
Oh, the
who's from
Game?
Cedar Block Pyru. That didn't last long, as tensions began to rise between 50 and Game in 2005. It would eventually escalate into a full-scale beef.
Yeah.
Since then, countless diss tracks have been aimed at one another, making this one of the longest-running feuds in hip-hop history. At the height of their beef, and while Game was on his GU Not campaign, 50 went ahead and brought Spider Loc on board.
That's fine.
Spider Loc is an official stamp member from the 9-7 East Coast Crips. He was raised in Compton and dragged New Park Crip territory. 50 saw potential for a G Unit West, but after things went south with Game, he signed various LA rappers, mostly Crips, to fill those roster slots. And Spider Loc was acting CEO of G Unit West. But many believe 50 signed Spider as a chess move to go at Game in Black Wall Street. During his time at the label, Spider never released a popular song, and eventually left G Unit just 32 months after signing. Aside from being heavily tapped in on a concrete street level, 50 takes extreme measures to protect himself and his property, spending nearly $20K a week on security detail. His bodyguards are considered one of the most elite
crazy.
teams in the world.
Damn, 20K a week? But, I mean, if you're 50 and you moving like that, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're tapped in and you're falling out with certain individuals who are in certain powerful positions when it comes to the street and this gang world, bro. Yeah, I'd be moving 20K a week. Security, too. You know what I'm saying? Elite Sniper Secret Service, bro. Believe me, if I had 50 Cent type of money, yeah, I'd be moving like that. You know what I'm saying?
Consisting of at
then
least
again-
10 members, including
But then again, who am I? Yo, I ain't got no beef with no one. Yo, dang. I'm out the way, bro. I'm
security
chilling.
experts and ex-special forces. With 50 moving at this level, he's become virtually untouchable.
I wouldn't say untouchable, bro. Damn, everyone could get touched. Shout out T Grizzly. They shot at Trump, but damn near Latin one. You know what I mean? But anyways, hey, shout out to Hood War Story. Shout out 50 Cent. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, Dre, Eminem. Shout out to everyone, The Game, Big U, The Pot, everyone out there in LA, bro. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Queens, bro. I mess with y'all. Hopefully y'all mess with me. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's cool. Anyways, if y'all's to the end, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate that too. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go.